Welcome, everyone, to the Tethys Shipyards. I am Takeshi Yamato, the Yardmaster, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
We're looking at our next hero ship today, and you might be thinking we're looking at an ISC starship. In a way, we are. Technically, it is a former Interstellar Concordium starship that was found by a bunch of civilians in a old battlefield in the early 2370s, and salvaged and refit and turned into an independent warship. It is named the Isaribi.
Iron-blooded orphans, anyone?
Indeed.
Laying a course to those coordinates.
And it makes sense because, well, as I said, the Interstellar Concordium had its ass handed to it during the General War.
Not a pretty sight, but a lot of ships would be salvaged.
Yeah, a lot of ships would be left over drifting in the battlefields, free for anyone to salvage. Obviously, the major powers salvaged quite a few to get their hands on ISC technology, but some were probably still left over for independence.
And this would be one of them.
Indeed.
And these idiots sell their services to anyone who can pay, and probably up to including the Maquis. Though that probably wouldn't have ended very well for them.
Yeah. And they probably would end up selling their services to Starfleet and the Klingons during the Dominion War.
Simply to avoid getting their ship repossessed by their former owners.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to hand their ship over to the Interstellar Concordium.
Nope.
Yes, we all know how that ends. With your getting stuck in a re-education camp.
Yep. So, to stat this thing, the original frigate type, the original heavy cruiser type, is representative of ships from 2287. With comms 7, computers 7, engines 9, sensors 9, structure 8, weapons 9. 2373 minus 2287 is 86. Round that down, we have 8 refit points to work with as they equip this thing with modern technology.
Though they might not include some modern stuff. After all, you can't argue with the fancy plasma torpedoes and, of course, the plasmatic pulsar device.
Yeah, but they would have upgraded the disruptor banks and disruptor cannons, obviously, and maybe improved the capability of the plasma systems for torpedoes and the pulsar device.
That might just make them even bigger of a target for the ISC, who haven't exactly been able to start upgrading their stuff.
Yeah. So
see the ISC primer on that one.
Yeah. We will put 1 extra point in every system at least. So comms 8, computers 8, engines 10, sensors 10, structure 9, weapons 10, and that gives us 2 more points to work with. I'll put an extra point in weapons for weapons 11.
Guns.
Yeah. And I'm thinking either engines or structure for the last.
Probably engines.
Alright, so comms 8, computers 8, engines 11, sensors 10, structure 9, weapons 11. For modifiers, for departments, this thing is using the warship profile, because that's what they made it into.
That's what she is.
Yep. And so using the warship modifiers of Command 2, Con 2, Security 3, Engineering 3, Science 1, Medicine 1, with the heavy cruiser modifiers of a point each in Command Security and Science, we have Command 3, Con 2, Security 4, Engineering 3, Science 2, Medicine 1. And for talents, it has fast targeting systems, improved hull integrity, secondary reactors, and for mission profile talent options, it has we can add ablative armor, improved damage control, expanded munitions, or a rapid fire torpedo launcher.
Considering that these people are probably going to be operating with century-old technology by the time of the Dominion War, they're probably going to want another option for torpedoes.
Alright, so we'll add expanded munitions. Photon torpedoes, probably.
They are the most common, especially Klingon ones, for obvious reasons.
Photon torpedoes. And as a Scale 5 starship, it has room for one more talent. I'm still thinking of leaning towards the warship talent list, so we can add ablative armor.
It's definitely going to need it. This is an old ship.
Ablative armor. So, we have, and for weapons, disruptor banks, disruptor cannons, photon torpedoes, thanks to expanded munitions, plasma torpedoes, and the plasmatic pulsar device, and a strength 4 tractor beam. And it has the hyper-focused plasma torpedo special rule, giving all its plasma torpedoes high yield, and the plasmatic pulsar device special rule, which stats the thing. For derived stats, as a Scale 5 starship, its resistance is equal to its scale, plus the 2 from ablative armor, so resistance 7. Power is equal to engines plus secondary reactors, power 11 plus 5, that's 16 power. And shields, structure plus security, so it has 13 shields. I will stat the weapons. I will put the stats down for the weapons later. For descriptor traits, we have salvaged interstellar Concordium starship, independent starship, guns for hire. Guns for hire makes sense.
Indeed. If you hire them, they'll probably get the job done, but not at the cost of their own lives.
Yeah.
Because mercenaries are bloodthirsty, not stupid.
Yeah. They are bloodthirsty, but not suicidal. I guess I'm being influenced by our Star Wars the Star Wars ship videos we've been doing, some of which might be aired by the time this thing comes up. The TIE Fighter pilot is suicidal. TIE Defender pilot is bloodthirsty. TIE Interceptor pilot is suicidal and bloodthirsty. These guys are basically the equivalent of TIE Defender pilots.
Unclassified vessels, flush your engines and prepare to report. Unclassified
And that is the Isaribi.
Give us new orders to you.
And now I get to showcase some combat with this pretty little boat.
Unclassified vessels, flush your
Though
engines
it's probably
and
going to
prepare
be suicide because
Right.
that's an awful lot of boats.
Yeah.
Regardless. You know, that's one of the few times we ever get to see the plasmatic pulsar device fire.
Nice.
Time to get the hell out of there. Bye-bye.